completed practical question number 1 of ratio analysis. In our today's session, we are going to start practical question number 2. Let's start question number 2. The following information provided by ABC Limited. Sales 40% cash sales. Total sales is 15 lakhs, out of which 40% is cash sales. Less cost of sales 7,50,000. So gross profit comes to 7,50,000. Minus office expenses 1,25,000. Sales expenses 1,25,000. So total expenses will be 2,50,000, which will be deducted from gross profit, and our profit before tax is 5 lakh. Out of that profit, tax is deducted for rupees 2,50,000, and net profit after tax is given in question 2,50,000. So basically this is your profit and loss account. Profit and loss account ની details આપી છે. Balance sheet as on 31st March 20. Liabilities and assets. Equity share capital 20 lakhs. 10% preference share capital 20 lakhs. Reserves 11 lakhs. 10% debentures 10 lakh. Creditors 1 lakh. Bank overdraft 1,50,000. Bills payable 45,000 and outstanding expense 5,000. Last 4 items will be treated as current liability: creditors, bank overdraft, bills payable and outstanding expense. These 4 items are treated as current liability. On asset side, we have fixed assets for 55 lakhs, stock 1,75,000, debtors 3,50,000, bills receivable 50,000, cash balance 2,25,000 and preliminary expenses 1 lakh. Total 64 lakhs. So we have fixed assets and current assets. From stock to till cash, 4 items are current asset, and last amount preliminary expenses is considered as fictitious asset. So this is our balance sheet. Additional information: opening stock rupees 3,25,000. Consider 360 days of a year and calculate the following ratios. We have opening stock of rupees 3,25,000 and days in a year will be considered at 360 days. We need to calculate gross profit ratio, stock ratio, operating ratio, current ratio, liquid ratio, debtors turnover, creditors turnover, proprietary ratio, and last ratio of return on equity share capital. So we have to calculate 9 different ratios from the given information. Let's start one by one. First of all, gross profit ratio. So gross profit ratio is equal to gross profit divided by sales multiplied by 100. This is our formula for gross profit ratio. Gross profit is given in question 7,50,000, directly given in question 7,50,000. Sales is also given in question at 15 lakh. So 7,50,000 divided by 15 lakhs. Gross profit 7,50,000 divided by sales 15 lakhs multiplied by 100. So first answer is 50%. Gross profit ratio is 50%. Our next ratio is stock ratio. Second ratio, stock ratio. Stock ratio means stock turnover ratio. Formula for that is cost of goods sold divided by average stock. Cost of goods sold divided by average stock. Cost of goods sold is given in question 7,50,000. Here it is given in question 7,50,000. So cost of goods sold is 7,50,000. Average stock is not given in question. We need to find out average stock. So formula for average stock is opening stock plus closing stock divided by 2. Opening stock is given in additional information. Opening stock is 3,25,000. Last line of the question. Opening stock is 3,25,000 and closing stock is given in balance sheet. આ જે સ્ટોક છે 1,75,000 આ ક્લોઝિંગ સ્ટોક હોય બરાબર, બીકોઝ બેલેન્સ શીટ તમને ડેટ આપી છે 31st માર્ચ, લાસ્ટ ડેટ ઓફ ધ યર. તો એની અંદર જે સ્ટોક હોય એ ક્લોઝિંગ સ્ટોક હશે, એન્ડ ઓપનિંગ સ્ટોક ઇઝ ગિવન ઇન એડિશનલ ઇન્ફોર્મેશન. So opening stock 3,25,000, closing stock 1,75,000. 3,25,000 plus 1,75,000 divided by 2. So our average stock is 2,50,000. So now we have both the amount, cost of goods sold 7,50,000 divided by average stock, which we have find out by formula 2,50,000. So our final answer is 3 times. Stock ratio will be written in times. So 7,50,000 divided by 2,50,000, answer will be 3, and it will be determined as 3 times. Next ratio is operating ratio. So our next ratio is operating ratio. Operating ratio's formula is COGS, cost of goods sold, plus operating expenses divided by sales multiplied by 100. So we have cost of goods sold, which is given in question 7,50,000. For operating expenses, these two expenses given in question, office expense and sales expense, are considered as operating expenses. So operating expenses are 2,50,000, and COGS, cost of goods sold, is also given in question 7,50,000. Cost of goods sold 7,50,000 plus operating expense 2,50,000 divided by sales, which is given in question at 15 lakhs, divided by 15 lakhs multiplied by 100. So our final answer is 66.67 percentage. So this is our third answer, operating ratio, which is 66.67%. Next ratio is current ratio. Formula for current ratio: current assets divided by current liabilities. First of all, we need to find out current assets. So from balance sheet, stock, debtors, bills receivable and cash, these four items will be considered as current assets. So total of these four items will be treated as current assets. Current assets is equal to stock plus debtors plus bills receivable plus cash. Stock is 1,75,000 plus debtors 3,50,000 plus bills receivable 50,000 plus cash 2,25,000. So total current assets are 8 lakh rupees. Same way, we need to find out current liabilities. From liability side, we can find out current liabilities, which are creditors, bank overdraft, bills payable and outstanding expenses. So these four amount will be considered as current liabilities. Let's check. Current liabilities is equal to creditors plus bank overdraft plus bills payable plus outstanding expenses. Amount 1 lakh rupees plus 1,50,000 plus 45,000 plus 5,000. So total current liabilities will be 3 lakh rupees. Current assets determined at 8 lakh rupees and current liabilities determined at 3 lakh rupees. 8 lakh divided by 3 lakh, so answer will be 2.67, and current ratio is written in proportion. So 2.67 is to 1. This is our final answer for current ratio. Next ratio is liquid ratio. Formula for liquid ratio: liquid assets divided by liquid liabilities. Now we need to find out liquid assets. Liquid assets formula is current assets minus stock. We just find out current assets, which is 8 lakh rupees, and we have stock 1,75,000. So from current assets, if we deduct stock, the answer will be our liquid assets. Current assets 8 lakh rupees minus stock 1,75,000. So liquid assets will be 6,25,000. And for liquid liabilities, current liability minus bank overdraft. Current liabilities 3 lakh rupees minus bank overdraft 1,50,000. So liquid liabilities will be 1,50,000. Liquid ratio is equal to liquid assets, which are 6,25,000 divided by liquid liabilities, which is 1,50,000. So final answer will be 4.17 is to 1. Current ratio and liquid ratio are shown in proportion. So whatever answer will be there, we need to write is to 1. 2.67 is to 1 in current ratio and 4.17 is to 1 in liquid ratio. Our next ratio is debtors turnover ratio. Debtors turnover ratio is equal to debtors plus bills receivable divided by credit sales multiplied by number of days. Debtors and bills receivable can be find out from balance sheet. Debtors 3,50,000 and bills receivable 50,000. 3,50,000 plus 50,000, and for credit sales it is given in question sales 15 lakh out of which 40% is cash sales. It means we can say that out of total sales, if 40% is cash sales, remaining 60% will be credit sales. Credit sales is not given directly in question, but information regarding cash sales is given, so remaining sales will be our credit sales. So total sales 15 lakh, and from this 15 lakh, if 40% is cash sales, remaining 60% will be our credit sales. And for debtors turnover ratio, we need credit sales. So total sales multiplied by 60%. Total sales given in question 15 lakhs multiplied by 60%. So our credit sales will be 9 lakh rupees. And number of days given in last line of the question, considered 360 days of a year. So number of days will be 360 multiplied by 360. Final answer will be 52 days. Right? Debtors turnover ratio is 52 days. Next ratio is creditors turnover. So creditors turnover is equal to creditors plus bills payable divided by credit purchase multiplied by number of days. Creditors and bills payable can be find out from balance sheet liability side. Creditors 1 lakh rupees, bills payable 45,000. 1 lakh plus 45,000. Now for credit purchase, nothing is given in question regarding purchase. So how can we find out purchase? Purchase can be find out from the formula of cost of goods sold. What is the formula for cost of goods sold? Cost of goods sold is equal to opening stock plus purchase minus closing stock. We have cost of goods sold, opening stock and closing stock. Cost of goods sold given in question 7,50,000. Opening stock given in question 3,25,000 and closing stock given in question 1,75,000. From these three information we can easily find out purchase. So purchase is equal to cost of goods sold minus opening stock plus closing stock. This opening stock and closing stock are transferred from opposite side, transferred to opposite side, so that sign will be changed. This opening stock is positive on right hand side. If we shift it to cost of goods sold side, it will be negative, and closing stock is negative, so it will become positive. Cost of goods sold given in question 7,50,000 plus opening stock minus 3,25,000 and closing stock plus 1,75,000. So our purchase will be 6 lakh rupees. And if nothing is specified in the question, we consider total purchase as credit purchase. And number of days 360, it is given in question. So creditors turnover ratio 1 lakh plus 45,000 divided by 6 lakh multiplied by 360. Our final answer is 87 days. So creditors turnover ratio is 87 days. Next formula is proprietary ratio. Proprietary ratio, proprietors fund divided by total assets multiplied by 100. First of all, we need to find out proprietor's fund. Proprietor's fund is equal to equity share capital. Formula is share capital, means both the share capital, equity plus preference. Equity share capital plus preference share capital plus reserve and surplus minus fictitious assets if any. So in given question, we have equity share capital, preference share capital, reserves are also given, and in fictitious asset we have preliminary expenses. So this 1 lakh rupees need to be deducted from uh, at the time of calculating proprietor's fund. We have equity shares 20 lakh plus preference shares 20 lakh plus reserves 11 lakh minus preliminary expense 1 lakh. So proprietor's fund is equal to 50 lakhs. And for total assets, total of balance sheet minus fictitious asset. So total assets is equal to total of balance sheet minus preliminary expenses. Total of balance sheet 64 lakh minus preliminary expenses 1 lakh. So total assets will be 63 lakhs. Now we can easily find out proprietary ratio. Proprietor's fund 50 lakhs divide by total assets 63 lakhs multiply by 100. So proprietary ratio will be 79.37%. And our last and final ratio is ratio of return on equity share capital. Return on equity share capital. Formula is net profit after tax divided by equity share capital multiply by 100. Net profit after tax, it is given in question, net profit after tax 2,50,000. Equity share capital given in question 20 lakh. So nothing to do much in this ratio. Directly we can find out 2,50,000 divided by 20 lakhs multiply by 100. So our final answer is 12.50%. With this, our practical question number 2 comes to an end. We are winding up our this session and we'll meet in next session with next practical question. Till then, thank you. Goodbye.